Hello everyone, welcome back to Devi Diaries, Unveiling Women's Empowerment Across Time. This is Nithya Rangarajan, and today we have a truly inspiring guest. She is Arpita Agarwal, a celebrated author, reigning Miss B New York, versatile theatre artist, accomplished fashion model, and seasoned product manager. She is also the force behind the company New York Blue, blending creativity and innovation in her leadership. In this episode, we'll explore Arpita's journey and thoughts on resilience and creativity. Let's dive in. Welcome, Arpita. So happy to invite you to Devi Diaries. And Arpita, your profile is dynamic and inspiring. You're an author. I have to put so many commas, okay? So you're an author, theater artist, model, senior product manager, and you're also spearheading your own company, New York Blue, right? So how do you see creativity and innovation playing a role in leadership and empowerment?
Nithya, thank you for inviting me to your podcast. Devi, as we all know, we all are working on it, so it's very very close to all of our hearts. So I'm happy to be here and share my 2 cents of what I feel empowerment is and why I choose to participate in Devi and all sorts of those thoughts. So to answer your question, how do I see innovation and creativity spearheading the women empowerment and leadership, right? So I feel creativity and innovation are the lifeblood of leadership and empowerment.
Mm,
So especially in today's day and age where we all are very much stressed out and it could be due to our work or it could be due to our personal lives, we all need a sort of support around us. And I think creativity connects people. For example, when I write
true.
stories, uh, write stories about people, I try to tell their dreams, their aspirations, and the people connect on that part of the story where they see, oh, this story is so relatable because I can see my struggles, I can see my dreams, I
Yeah.
can see that I'm not the only one in it. So I think this kind of trust building is so important. Um, if you want to empower people around you, so creativity, I think, goes hand in hand with that. And with innovation, of course, when we connect with people, we try to bring fresh ideas or fresh solutions to their problems. So I feel that, both of them combined together, even when in my New York Blue, the company that I'm spearheading the progress for, right now I feel that when we brainstorm solutions, if there is no trust among the team, if there is no
Mm,
respect for each other's ideas, it is very very hard and challenging to empower people. And empowerment to me means that you
right.
help them grow, you help them clear their perspective. And it doesn't have to be a downtrodden person in the society, it could be your colleague, it could be someone from your family, it could be your friend. So I think creativity and innovation kind of binds that together. It helps people, uh, you know, c- uh, feel connected, clear their thought process, and help them believe in themselves. So I think they just go hand in hand
Yeah,
for leadership and empowerment.
true. And Arpita, if we say in empowerment and even leadership, no, resilience is a very big factor there. And it's a recurring theme in many women's stories. So even in yours, I guess so, right? And how do you think Devi emphasizes this trait, and why do you think it is essential for women today?
Well, I think so if we see what the stories, the personalities we have chosen in Devi, they all, even if they try to bring a change in their life or if they try to bring a change in the society around them, they all face challenges. I mean,
Yeah,
this is given that even if you try to bring a small change or a bigger level change, challenges are something that you cannot avoid. And it's very easy to give up in the face of those
yeah,
challenges, but
yeah,
resilience is the only quality I feel which keeps us going. Like, even in today's day and age of 20, we are in 2025, and I cannot believe that we still have to explain to a lot of people what equality actually means. Right.
true.
So, like, we still struggle to explain people why we deserve the equal opportunities, why we deserve the equal pay, and why we need to be trusted. That if you give us this work, or even at home, we need
Yeah,
to still convince maybe our spouses or anybody that we are equals, we are contributing, and we have to justify this thing at every step of our journey. So even in 2025 we are struggling, and I still feel that it's a long journey, and
yeah,
we have definitely come a long way. So this is not the time to give up. We can just go, we should, and we can just go forward. So resilience, I think, is very, very important for people to have this quality, especially for women, because
Yeah.
unfortunately, um, women are somebody who have to constantly prove themselves, their worth, their cerebral opportunities, their cerebral strength. It is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I feel things have changed a lot. Um, this I would say
No, I think it's
the
still the
feminism wave
resilience is
is going on for a long time, and it has definitely bore some good fruits. So resilience is something we want to stay afloat. Resilience helps us staying afloat. It tells us that we need to keep at it, and we just need to keep going for it.
very true. Well said. So, Arpita, you tell me you've thrived in the corporate world, so you know many things there. So, and while pursuing your creative passions also, so how do you feel Devi empowers women to actually balance both their dreams with the professional goals?
Hmm. So, I'll go back to the stories that we have picked up, and I think we have picked up stories from 13th century to 21st century. We are now here. And I feel the struggles that the women faced at those times, ever, it's a journey of women across millennia. That's our tagline too. And, the challenges that they faced, the struggle that they had to go through is still so relevant in today's day and time, and I just feel if they were if they refuse to choose, all those women refuse to choose between their responsibility or their passion, and that is why they were able to create history. I mean, women can embrace both with panache. They adjust themselves to embrace both. So why not follow your passions, if as long as you
Yeah,
stay true to yourself, as long as you keep your eye on the goal, I think there is no need to choose anything, between your passion or this or that. You can do 10 things in a life. And personally, I feel there is no such thing as balance. There are days when I feel overwhelmed. There are days when I feel like, I can't do this anymore. There are days when I'm tired, and but then, what helps me is just reminding myself why I started, and just keep my eye on the goal. And it's okay if I take a break for a day or two. I tell myself that it's okay, because you need to take that break to feel rejuvenated. You need to clear your mind, and every different processes work for different people. So I think that is where I feel that, balancing is some days it's possible, some days it's not possible. I call that a balance, that is my definition. So if you put your mind to that, you can just keep your eye on the goal, remind yourself why you started. And the stories in Devi are actually a reminder for all of us. These women came, they created history, people moved on in their lives in the centuries. Hardly many people remember, if even if we are going on a day-to-day life, we are facing probably the same challenges and struggles, but we don't recall these stories and to inspire us. So that is, I think, our all efforts to put that in words, so that people, when they feel defeated, when they feel challenged, they can pick up this book and, just scroll through the index and see which story will inspire them today. Because I think we are bringing stories from all walks of life. May it be embracing spirituality for yourself, may it be fighting for your right of education, may it be, fighting for empowerment for others, or maybe it's fighting the casteism system in India. I feel each story will remind different aspect of a Devi, of women's side in herself, and she can, pick up the book, say, hey, I'm feeling today, I think I need the motivation to embrace spirituality. So I'm going to read this story and get the inspiration from today. That would be my inspiration today. Tomorrow it could be something else. Day after tomorrow it could be something else. So I think that is how Devi embodies the spirit um, in one book, and I feel it has so much potential to empower the person, any reader, and it doesn't have to be a woman necessarily. It could be any person, it could be any gender. They just need inspiration. Should not be gender biased, I feel. So I think Devi has this power to, I would say, it's such a potent solution that it can fire the ignite the passion within you.
Very true, very true. Because I also liked your point that you said like Devi is a reminder. Yeah, it is definitely a reminder for self-empowerment. And how do you attain that self-empowerment is by awakening the Devi within you. So well said, Arpita. I liked it very much. And you've worked in many fields from theater to business. And how do you think the stories in Devi, because you have a lot of experience and different fields altogether. I can see when I told you, no, when I introduced you to the listeners and people who are watching, I was telling again and again, I could see only comma coming in, full stop was coming very late. So you've been into many fields. So how do you think the stories in Devi highlight the idea that women can succeed in any domain they choose? Because you're a very good example to prove that. So that's why I wanted to ask you this question.
So Nitya, I think we have to remove this barrier from our, it's
Hmm.
basically a thought process that we feel, oh, I don't have this talent, so probably I would not be able to go for it, probably I would not be able to do this. But I feel, to be successful in any field, and success again is a very subjective term to me, success means I tried, I gave my best, and whenever you do that, some result is supposed to come. You cannot come out of any outcome from any process, so I feel to be able to get successful in any field, all you need to do is believe in yourself and just go for it. Just try. Don't wait for the right time to come. Don't just wait for the people to come and support you, because once you start this, you will see that people who resonate with you, who have the same thought process with you, would come and join you in that. And even if they don't, you know why you are doing this. You owe it to yourself to do it, right? I'm very, very impressed with this L'Oreal tagline, because you're worth it. And I truly believe in it. Every one of us is worth it. Our dreams, we owe this to our dreams. We owe it like to our lives. So, like, I feel very fortunate to be able to born in a human life, because it gives us the opportunity to explore. And in today's day and age, where where the world is at the fingers of our laptop, at the fingers of internet, we can just explore the whole world sitting at our couch. We can explore the possibilities. So what is actually stopping us? I think it's only our mindset. It's only the fear probably of being judged, basically, I think, at times. But we have to constantly remind ourselves that people don't even probably care what you're doing. Yes, people only
Yeah,
notice people. That is true. But then, if you are doing your best, you're already a successful person. You don't need anybody's validation to tell you, hey, I have so many certificates, or I have so many awards. Only then I'll be successful. That is not what success
yeah.
is. Success is you going to bed at night, telling yourself, hey, I tried my best today and I'm happy because I did that. I at least tried. So I feel to be able to be successful in any domain, you just need to get up and try. And then you will see one step will lead to another, second will lead to another. You don't have to have the view of the entire staircase when you start. You can just look at the one step at a time, and once you start climbing, more opportunities will open up, more directions will open up, and you can pick. You'll have so many options to pick. So I think
Yeah,
the essence is to basically just to start.
exactly. And I
And
like this one
of course,
also. If
don't let
why
your
is,
fear. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
no, I understood this one. So I also tell my mentees about this. If your why is strong, how will automatically follow. So that's what you
Yeah.
also told listeners that if your why is strong, you can actually flourish in any domain you want. Right? That's a great point, Pita. So you wanted to make one point?
Yeah, I was just saying, don't let the fears stop you. Don't let the fear of
Mm,
judgment or the society. And even people, like, let me share one personal story. So
mm,
when I started doing theater and everything, modeling, and people are like, why are you doing this? Because,
mm.
I would travel 2 hours one side using train, changing multiple trains just to reach the venue for practice. And it went on for one play. Generally, the practice goes on for 3 months. After work, I would rush. Sometimes I'll take my office meetings from the train in the, fluctuating network and whatnot. And it was a hustle, to be honest. And I would come back at home at 12 in the night, taking 2 hours of train ride, changing the trains again. And people were like, some of my friends and uh, family members were like laughing, why are you even doing this? I'm like, only a person who understands the passion of doing something that you really love. For me, theater is that thing. Whenever I used to go there, I would forget I'm tired. I would forget that I'm up since 5 in the morning. I would just forget everything. I'll just be there in the moment. So, and that is the passion for me. It could be something else for you. It could be something else for somebody else. You just need to know. And I didn't stumble upon theater in a go. I tried many things and then I realized, wow, this is something I like to do. They would not know it. The fun of knowing what you really enjoy doing, it has a different high. Trust me. That is so uncomparable to just doing what is coming your way. And I think people need in this lifetime at least once. They need to explore this high because it will tell you your potential. It will tell you, oh, you know what, I can hustle for my passion. It will tell you so many things about your own self. And that to me is also empowerment. You don't need anybody else to empower you. You can empower yourself. And I think we all need that. Even though we are at good good places in our life right now, but I think we all need empowerment in one way or the other. So don't just wait for people to come and tell you, hey, let's try this or you can do
Mm.
this. Just get up and do that. And you'll be surprised. I can write it down on a piece of paper. You'll be surprised at your own potential. You would not know, oh, अच्छा मैं ये भी कर सकती थी मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था.
Mm.
You know, so
Very
we
true,
all
very
owe it
true.
to ourselves to explore this within ourselves, I feel.
Yeah.
So don't let the fear decide your trajectory for life. Don't let the judgment of the society decide because it doesn't matter. Those who really care for you, those who really wish the well for you, if even if they don't understand why you are doing this, they would not criticize you. They will
Mm.
only encourage you, and those are the people
Mm.
you want to listen to or you want to take their opinion. Rest is just noise. Block it and move towards your goal.
Very true, very true. Because I can resonate with you completely, Arpita, because for me also, writing was a thing that I just tried. Means it was there since my childhood, but I didn't really realize that that is one of my hidden talent. So then what happened was suddenly I was just going through a Facebook ad, and then I found our mentor, Shweta Samota, my mentor Shweta Samota, and then I enrolled in her program and I just gave it a try. So it is better to try rather than to just cry and say that,
I
oh, I
know.
couldn't do this. Right?
And now look at you, you are having your podcast, and I know
Yeah.
you're doing so many things. So it's like, one thing can be a domino effect. Just
Yeah.
come up and trying something, it might not work for you, but you will figure out another thing that will work for you. And that's what is important. It's life
Yeah.
is an exploration. I don't know why we don't understand this. It's not about just getting up, educating
Yeah.
yourself,
The
getting a
same.
degree,
Yeah.
going to job and
Correct.
coming back
Correct.
home. Life is just so much more than that.
Yeah.
So
Very
I
true.
totally understand. Yeah. And see, you're doing so great now. You're doing so many things. It wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have taken that one call of signing up, you know?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that is the one which asked me. See, first I started writing a book, which I didn't even dream of. I didn't even have that as a goal. But then now I've written five, so many books. Again, five or even Devi comes. It's now six. Then, so that is one thing. And as you told, I started podcast after book writing only, and started my course after that. Many things coming up. That just one spark, one decision in life, right? That could change everything. Right. And one more thing, as you said, no, we should not look for external validation. So people were asking me, you're going to write a book? Why?
Yeah.
So people who were laughing at me, are you're not going to get much of means no money from that. So why do you want to write a book? What will you write in a book? All these things they were asking. You stop with one book, right? So all these things, but still, it was. I felt always external validation didn't really matter to me. So I wanted to have that internal justification of my actions. and internal validation. So that's very important. So you also made the same point, and I went ahead with this journey, and I could see when I look back, I feel really proud about what I have
Yeah.
done. So
You
yeah,
have to do it just for yourself. You don't have to do it for anybody else.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
to feel your worth that, I didn't know. I'm sure you must have figured out like the same thing happened with me. I loved stories, I loved writing, like I loved reading. And I always
Hmm.
wanted to write, but I never thought, can I? But
Ah,
until I actually wrote, I was like, wow. And then you don't have to wait for people to come and praise you. Just the fact that you took
ah,
the
correct.
plunge of writing
Right.
itself is a motivation that wow, I'm doing this. So when my friends, I do so many things, and I still in 2025 I have different set of things that I want to try. So when people ask me why, and some of my friends jokingly call me ki tu to pagal hai. So so when they ask me, ki, why do you want to do this? And I'm like, why should I not do it? Like initially, I would give them, like when I started this journey, I was like, I'll give them justification. I'll try to explain them why. But now I just jokingly ask them why I should not do it and why you are not doing anything. So people actually get
Right.
back to their thoughts and they're like, yeah, you're right. I should also try something. And then people just come up with,
Ah,
I don't have this. I don't think I have any hobby. I'm like, you would not know until you explore. I believe everybody is born with some talent. It
yeah,
You don't want to die thinking that,
definitely.
oh, I never explored my talent. And it is not anybody else's job to explore your talent for you. It is your own job. So go ahead, do that.
Exactly.
So
Right.
just try it. भाई, मुझे लगता है ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा, you would
Yeah,
fail, you know and
that's
उससे भी
okay.
कुछ
Fail
सीखने को
fast.
मिलेगा, तो वो भी failure नहीं है, you would learn something out of it, so it's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
a successful
definitely.
thing. Yeah. So I think people
Definitely.
focus so much on the outcome that they forget that outcome becomes very, very secondary when your reason to start trying
Yeah.
something is actually just
And the
passion.
journey.
The
Mm.
journey. Oh my God, there's so much learning. There is so much when you're doing it without any expectation of great outcome, when you're just doing it because you want to do it, I think your mind is also off outcome. You just don't care about it anymore. And that's what
Yeah,
makes it much more fun because now you're free from the foundations of any expectation. So you're just enjoying, you're just being it there, you just be there in the moment enjoying. That's what I
yeah,
think is the best thing to do. And that could be
yeah,
anything. It could be writing, podcasting, it could be
yeah.
modeling, it could
Anything.
be
Right.
starting your own company, it could be anything.
Right, exactly. So, as Arpita said, listeners, next time if somebody asks you, why are you doing this? Don't ask them or don't ask to yourself whether, why should I do this? No, this question should be changed as she said, why shouldn't I do this? So, change your question and you will get the answer to all your other questions also. So, now, Arpita, we are having a wonderful discussion with you. Now, tell me one takeaway you want the readers from Devi to take, especially in motivating them to embrace resilience and redefine success in their own terms.
Nithya, I really hope our readers take away just one thing, and that is self belief. Just believe in
Hmm.
yourself. I think that is for me
Wonderful.
is the stepping stone for anything you want to do in life. Because you know how I perceive this is if you believe in yourself, it fills you with certain confidence. And once you have that confidence, you will actually take action. So once you start taking action, अब उससे कुछ change तो होगा, कुछ तो effect
Hmm.
create होगा उस action से. And
Hmm.
that action will become a ripple in the society. It will create a ripple for the people around you, for your own aura, and even for the people around you. And when that happens, लोग आएंगे वो देखेंगे अरे if she can do it, why shouldn't I try this? And
Yeah.
then somebody else will start doing that. Somebody else will start. So you will start creating a community of empowered people who are trying to actually do what they really want to do rather than somebody else defining their path. They are defining their own path.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that is what empowerment is. It is not some big fancy thing. It is not about distributing money. It starts with a small gesture, and you can start it with your own self. If you believe, you will propagate that belief in others. That self belief is something just so important.
Yeah.
Because when you do something with your with your own confidence, it will reflect in the actions, it will reflect in the outcome. it will reflect even in the words that you say to people. So I think that would be one takeaway I really want the readers to take. Like if you look at
Yeah,
the stories of every personality that we have picked up in Devi,
yeah,
they all believed in their dream. They all believed in the change that they want to
right,
bring. They all believed in
right.
themselves. And that is what became the catalyst for them to change their lives and the lives of the people around them. So I think that is something I found common in every story. And I also want the readers to take away, understand the intention through Devi, what we all are trying to bring forth to the
Yeah,
society. It's not just a book, it's so powerful that if you read each story you will find that it doesn't matter if you just want to embrace spirituality, or you want to become an entrepreneur, or you want to become a doctor, or you want to just live your life the way you want. Every thing starts with self belief, and just everything starts with taking an action. So just do that. That's all is needed. We don't need to
beautiful.
create big plans. We don't need to create
Mm,
a whiteboard
yeah.
chart, anything. We just need to take an action, and that starts with self belief.
Right, very true. The one thing that is needed is from to become that is from a dreamer to a doer, so that the gap is actually bridged with small, consistent actions, which will give you big results, and you will automatically become a doer, and you will achieve the results you wanted to
Absolutely.
achieve. So very nice, great. So listeners, I hope you're enjoying Arpita's conversation here with me, and now we are going to ask Arpita a rapid fire round we are going to have with her. Are you ready, Arpita?
I think I am.
Okay, so just whatever comes to your mind, you can tell us. Okay, well, let's start the rapid fire round now. A food you can't resist.
Chole bhature.
Oh, okay. So I think many of us have that thing, no? Some memories associated with the food that we can't resist. Okay, great. Okay, a color that inspires you.
Red.
Okay, one thing you always have in your bag.
Lipstick.
Okay. The best advice you have ever received.
Just do it.
Very nice. One word that motivates you.
uh, One word that there are so many. Even the word
Anyone.
impossible says I am possible. That is the first ever inspirational quote I read in my childhood, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember it till day, and I think it's applicable to anything that I do even today. So I think that's something I really deeply resonates.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Arpita, thank you so much for joining. We had a wonderful time with you. Very lively, bubbly type of conversation we had, and many insights also. I'm sure listeners would have got, and I also got many insights, and I could resonate many with many things that you told, like why and how, and external validation is not necessary, and why should I do, why shouldn't I do that? Many things I think listeners would have taken now. And listeners and people who are watching, please watch this for more episodes because we will be interviewing more and more authors in the upcoming episodes. And I'm sure all of you are going to enjoy the Devi book and you're going to derive a lot of inspiration from that. And thank you so much, Arpita. If you have something to tell our listeners, you can tell them now.
Thank you so much, Nitya. I enjoyed this conversation. I think it kind of churned my mind also to think to every conversation about Devi brings me more closer to this project. And we
Hmm.
all know that the intention behind this book is just so pure that every one of us is just trying to you know talk bring alive, as a
Yeah,
reminder, as you said, about these stories which has created history, and remind people that you also have it in you to create history. If you want to create, don't just wait for things to happen. Just get on it now, start now. There is no perfect time. There's nothing like perfection that exists. So just
yeah,
do it. And I think, yeah, just buy this book, read this book. I can assure you, this is a powerhouse of inspiration. We
yeah.
all have worked
True.
really hard, and we want to create this. This is just a starting. This is, I would say, just a spark that we want to
Hmm.
ignite for empowering people around us. And we want to carry this torch. to enlighten other people's lives, just buy this book, read it, and please watch this podcast. I think, Nithya, I am looking forward to watching other podcasts from you, because I think you're bringing
Sure.
so many stories from different perspectives and different people, and those are very,
Yeah.
very inspiring. So thank you for doing this wonderful job.
Thank you.
My best wishes to you, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, all of you. So please watch this episode. If you like this episode, please share it with others and subscribe to this podcast. And as Arpita said, buy Devi book because it is going to be launched on March 8th, 2025. Buy the book, read it, and again spread the word to others also. So see you in another episode. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.